I discovered porn, like many other young men, when I was around 12 or 13. And although I might have been in blissful ignorance for perhaps a few months, everything after that was just the struggle to quit. And I tried every single method. I tried fucking willpower, cutting down, Nofap, accountability systems, apps, blockers, everything. You name it, I've probably tried it. I've watched not all the videos, but a lot of the videos from all the Nofap creators and stuff. And all the, once you hear this story, it will disgust you and you'll never do it again. And nothing worked. And unlike a lot of things, unlike going in the gym and trying a PR and it doesn't work, or trying a business and it fails, unlike those things, it sucks that it didn't work, but you know you've learned stuff, you know that you've gotten better and you'll try again and you're more likely to get it next time. With porn, it's exactly the opposite, and that's exactly how the industry wants it. Because you try once and you realize you can't quit, that's when you think, shit, I might be addicted. And then every time you try again and again and again and it still doesn't work, and you tell yourself this is the last time, but you kind of know it won't be because you said that a lot of times before. And you're disgusted by yourself and you feel shame and guilt right after you do it, and you think, oh, I'm done with this, only to come back to it a few days later. It just sucks. It just really sucks. I mean, in another video I talked about how it's the only thing I regret. And it was one thing that I know for a fact held me back for the longest, which is exactly why I regret it. I mean, to think about where I'm already in a very good position right now. At 17 years old, I'm jacked. I have a very good amount of money in the bank. That means I don't have to work for at least a few years. I'm smart. I've learned a lot. I've read books. I have a girlfriend that's beautiful. All of this stuff. I'm in a very good position, especially for my age. And obviously, you're not meant to say this. You're meant to be humble. But anyways, but to think about where I would be had I quit porn a year or two before I finally did would just be completely crazy. I mean, there is the off chance that it doesn't particularly change my life, because some things I feel like had to happen when they did. And so I would have kind of still waited. But would it not be crazy to think my physique would be better because I would have more energy, more motivation? That my social skills would even be 10-15% better because I would talk to more people and feel less shame when talking to them, thinking about what I'd just done earlier that day or what I would do that night that you're meant to hide and not talk about, and you feel like a little fucking goblin. And so it is, I don't know what the word is, maybe humbling or disappointing to think about where my life could be had I quit earlier. Nonetheless, one of the best things I can ever, one of the best thoughts I can ever have, and I do have from time to time, is that holy shit, I never have to do that again. I will never have to force myself to do to basically feed myself poison. I will never have to do that again, which is so beautiful. Because to think about, no matter how bad my life gets, it will never be that bad because I've been able to kick that terrible thing, that illness that had hold of me for so long, is just a great thought. But I already mentioned this earlier. I tried a lot of things that didn't work, and that's why the title of this video is going to be something like Nofap doesn't work, because it fucking doesn't. The counting your streak, cutting down, using blockers, talking to a friend, all of these, I haven't actually been on the Nofap Reddit. I mean, I did quickly go on it for 2 seconds to get the thumbnail, and then I got off. I've never been inside of that community too much. But I know, because I've seen all the creators and all the people who talk about Nofap, they always give you the wrong method. The ones that I've all tried and didn't work. None of them worked. And you might be like, wait, how did you quit? Because I used a different method that none of them talk about. But anyways, all of this Nofap stuff just doesn't work. Counting your streak doesn't work. All these posts of, oh, day 180. 180, because I don't know how many more days I'm going to be able to hold out. It's like the people on the Nofap community, obviously it's really good for them that they have been able to kick it for however many days, 15, 30, 180, 1,000 days. But it's almost like they're not counting the days they've been free, but counting down the days until they do it again. I don't know how many days it's been since I quit. Could I tell you like a rough estimate? Yeah. But I don't know the exact like autistic, oh, it's day 181, 182. I don't know that because I don't fucking count. I just live my life. You don't rid yourself of this horrible thing just to obsess over having ridden yourself of it. You rid yourself in order to live life. You don't rid yourself to burden yourself with a new thing. You rid yourself of it to be free. Freedom doesn't look like making a Reddit post every 30 days to get the approval you need, because you know that if you don't get that approval, you will go back to it. That's not freedom. And it's just frankly a shame that all of these methods that are promoted don't actually work, and the people that quit porn with those methods, thanks to those methods, in quotation marks, actually quit in spite of them. The methods just make it harder. It wouldn't be completely outrageous to think that the companies that not sell it or make it, but the websites you go to don't somehow have a hand in this. But the one method that did work for me is called the easy peasy method. It's an audiobook, or it's like just a book that I listen to. I will link it in the description. And it's the only thing that worked, and my God, did it work. I will be honest with you, it didn't work the first few times, but the time it did work, I knew even before doing my last, even before the last session, I didn't even want to do the last session. I was like, fuck man, do I really have to do this? Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even think I did the last session, because I was like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. And from that point onwards, I have not had a single bad day. When I say bad day, I don't mean like rainy day, because whether you use porn or you don't, it will rain or the sun will shine. Like, what's the saying? The sun shines on the queen and the burglar. I don't remember what the saying is. A sinner and saint, the sun shines anyway. I don't know what the expression is. You will have bad days anyway. You will have good days anyway. But I mean, I have not had a single thought where I was like, man, I really want to watch some porn right now. Never. And that's frankly been, I don't even have words to describe it. It's just amazing. Because before that, it would always be, I wonder when I'm going to do it again. It's these constant thoughts. It's this new burden that you put on your back. Instead of using porn, it's now thinking about when you'll do it again, because you don't want to do it, but you know you probably will. And it's been beautiful. And again, since quitting, you can say, oh, it's coincidence. All the fucking porn companies will say, oh no, our studies show, think about who's running those studies and who's paying them. Our studies show that people who watch porn are happier on average. Wouldn't you look at that? Our studies show that kids from the age of 5 should start using porn because it's beneficial for them. I don't know if these are real studies. I wouldn't be surprised if there were. I mean, thankfully there is literature nowadays that shows how bad it is. But that isn't going to be what actually helps you. And the thing is, the porn companies don't necessarily try to hide it, because it doesn't actually help people quit. Like, knowing that it destroys your brain and your motivational systems and your fucking prefrontal cortex and your ability to... Don't quote me on this exactly. But I have a weird memory from some book I might have read or some article somewhere that watching porn systematically destroys your ability to say no to your impulsive thoughts. That's not exactly how they phrased it, but basically in your prefrontal cortex, like the front part of your brain, that's our rational part of our brain. It's the part that separates us from monkeys and other animals that just do what their instincts tell them to do. It's, I think Andrew Huberman talks about this, where he calls it the go, no-go zone. Where it's like, you have a thought, I should piss, I want to piss. And the no-go field, the no-go part of your brain would activate and say, yes, you need to, but don't do that right now because you're in public. Porn destroys that part of your brain, reduces your ability to say no to those things. Just think about how fucking catastrophic that would be. I'm talking random intrusive thoughts you might get. I'm talking the example I gave, not a very good example, but just, that's one example. Just think about that. But again, this isn't to scare you, because scaring you doesn't work. That's why the porn companies don't try to hide the studies that show how bad porn is, because most users know that it's really bad. They do some fucking mental jujitsu to not think about it, but that never helped anybody quit. I mean, you already know the downsides. I don't need to tell you the downsides. I don't even really need to tell you the benefits. But you don't quit anyway. That's because it doesn't work. The people that quit when they hear the horrible downsides quit in spite of hearing them, not because when you hear those horrible downsides, you're stressed. And how do you relieve stress? By jacking off. But you can't. But you really want to. And it's just this fucking schizophrenic, the schizophrenia increases, the cognitive dissonance increases. Anyways, so if you finally want to free yourself of this fucking demonic illness that you've been infected by, first link in the description, or just the link in the description, is the free audiobook on Spotify. That's the one I listen to. It's also a website. You can read it if you prefer that. Just really, it's time to free yourself, don't you think? If you don't know me, my mission is to lead the world to enlightenment, out of the dark caves of the masturbators and into the light of existence. You can, subscribe, watch other videos if you found this one helpful. It's all about self-improvement, which is everything in the universe revolves around self-improvement. If you want the deeper philosophical ideas that all of this shit is based on, that's the podcast. If you want to see my life in more detail and send me a message, that's Instagram. Send me a message. I want to get to know you. You get the point. Because I really think this movement is something great. The greatest movement in all of human history, definitely in the 21st century. So you can join us, be part of it, send me a message. And have a lovely rest of your day. I will see you soon. Mwah!